And this is for the first ladies, but Gizelle is a Monica Lewinsky. Now, tell me again how Charisse ain't calling her a hoe. What's up, y'all? I'm back. I'm about to bring you the Real Housewives of Potomac review. I always say that wrong. Vito, go sit down. I don't know why every time I do a doggone review, my dog or my cat got to act a fucking fool. Real Housewives of Potomac. I always say it wrong, Potomac. It's Potomac. This episode is called All Tea, All Shade. I don't know what the hell is up with Bravo, but they starting to run out of names for these episodes. Because I could have sworn there was an All Tea, All Shade episode on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know, I think maybe all the black shows doing it. Because Greenleaf had a Strange Bedfellows episode. And then Scandal had a Strange Bedfellows episode. Or was it Empire? Maybe all three of them did. It just, I don't know the names. So this is my after race hair. I had a ponytail yesterday. I took it back down. So I'm back into my natural fro. But that ain't got nothing to do with this review. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Starts off with Gizelle talking to her boo Kevin. He's FaceTiming her. They're about to go on to a little date. And Kevin looked like a little cutie patootie on those FaceTime, right? They seem to have good little chemistry. Some guy that she knew. She say 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't know if she's trying not to time date it with her marriage. I'm not sure. She's been knowing him a long damn time. Both of them been married. They were both married at the same time. They paths just crossed over the years. He real cool with her mama. She said that later. Oh, my hair it just look weird right now. Because I just took it out of the ponytail, so fuck it. Anyway. Okay, whatever. So yeah. So they're about to go on a date, and Charisse and Robin, they go over to Ashley's restaurant. Sit down. I'm not sure why they were going over to Ashley's restaurant, because they didn't seem to really be in the food. And Ashley was like, this is your first time being here since the grand opening. Y'all really haven't came by and supported. And they were really like real skeptical about the food. She pretty much gave them like the tasting menu, ordered some the kangaroo, ordered some emu. If I was actually in the Potomac area or Maryland area, I would probably try this food again at least once. And then if it's good and I'm back in the area again, I will come back. But I don't know, it looked tasty. I don't know, it just looked tasty to me. Don't tell me that it's emu though, because I'm gonna picture that emu in my head. So don't tell me what I'm eating. Just, yeah, whatever. So Charisse tried to say that she's now don't eat no meat. When the hell that start? Ashley said the same thing. When did that start, Charisse? Anyway, so they tasting the food. They don't seem to having disgusted looks on their faces as they're eating, but nobody is really saying whether or not this food is delectable to them, to their taste buds or their palates. Okay, so while they're discussing the fact that Katie's event, the Grand Royale Casino event that she started planning when she was on the season last year, is coming up. It's finally coming up. Charisse pretty much ain't part of the board no more. Katie went and did her own thing. Katie was probably feeling like, y'all wasn't my friends for real anyway. Let me just go ahead and do this myself. I ain't even on the show no more, so why need y'all part of it? So but they are going to still support Katie. They all showed up to the little fundraiser at the Casino Royale. It didn't seem like a big grand event. It's almost like I rented out the rec center, threw some tables, some poker tables up, a roulette thing up, and told everybody to come and look real cute. That's kind of the environment that I'm seeing. She had a DJ with pink hair. She had these 3 little dudes doing supposed to be a Jackson 5 tribute. I don't know what the fuck that was, but there was no tribute to Jackson 5, Jackson 4, 3, 2, or 1. That was not good at all. They sounded like a bad broke down barbershop quartet. Everybody was in full soprano. They didn't sound good at all. They didn't, and then they didn't even look dressed for the occasion. I don't know if that was the look of the band. That wasn't an old Jackson 5 vibe as far as the clothing go to me either. They were horrible. Horrible. And they should be embarrassed that Bravo put their whole act on TV. That was that bad for me. Okay, but Katie looked cute. She's always been so super thin, but she was a supermodel. And most models are super thin. So, but Katie looked cute. But everybody came in giving hella shade. But this is where we get to meet Monique, the new cast member. Charisse invited her because, again, Charisse was inviting all her friends. Katie was pretty much using Charisse for her contacts. And this was a friend that of Charisse's that she had met a few years ago. She's married to a former football player. I think I got her name down here somewhere. Monique Samuels is her name. I forgot her husband's first name. Chris Samuels. I'm not into football, so I don't know football players. Ask me something about basketball, but I don't know much about football players. When Katie ran into Robin, she was telling Robin that she wanted to auction off Juan and was trying to figure out where Juan was at. And she was like, Juan had a tuxedo malfunction. I could have sworn when they showed Juan earlier, he had on a gray suit. And now all of a sudden he had a tuxedo malfunction. He looked like he was still in the store. He wasn't trying it on at home. He could have picked up another little suit up off the shelf. Come on now. Juan just didn't want to come. Juan don't like to be on camera, for real. Let's be honest. We could clearly see how that he enjoys the environment when they have him at home. He's cool with that, but Juan don't want to be out and about with them and that Bravo TV camera. So Juan didn't go. And when she told, Katie told her, well, I wanted to auction Juan off as a date, you know. I was going to really use him tonight. Robin was looking like, yeah, no, I don't think so, boo-boo. Which is so weird to me because, like, Robin keeps saying that she doesn't want to be in the relationship with Juan. I told y'all that last week. It's not Juan that wants to be in a relationship. It is Robin. And Robin is just lying to us and herself by saying that it's Juan. And she's the one that's not sure whether or not she should get back with him. She want to be with him. She do. Gizelle come in this lace cat suit. I did not like Gizelle's hair. I did not like Gizelle's makeup. The cat suit was cute. Something that I couldn't wear, though. But she came on in and, I don't know, at this point the girls are still kind of separated. So it's like Gizelle, Karen, Ashley, and who else? They were around each other. I know she was asking about has she seen Charisse at this point. They still hadn't seen Charisse. But when Gizelle did see her, she was like clowning on Charisse's wig since she didn't have time for her new wig. Charisse's wig looked good. I'm telling you, first of all, I didn't even realize it was a wig until she said it. I was like, yeah, that's right, Karen's hair not that long. That wig looked good. Stop hating Gizelle. But Gizelle's makeup, like she was ready for a funeral. Why was her, like, and not like she was going to the funeral, like she was the person in the casket. Her makeup was so freaking heavy. It was like she got the funeral director's makeup artist come out there and cake that makeup on her face. She didn't look good. It looked too heavy. I don't know what that was about. I guess the fundraiser kind of went off without too much of a hitch, you know. It was good for me. Like I said, good for me to see Katie. I wish Katie was still on the show. I would have loved to see her dynamic, even with Monique being at it. I still would have loved to see her dynamic with the show. Ashley, when she first met Monique, she was like, ooh, she kind of sexy. I could have did that. I keep forgetting that Ashley says that she would do girls if she wanted to. She's fluid like that. Gizelle goes on her date with Kevy Kev. He's a little shorty. My friend Nicole would call him a push down. She calls all short dudes push down. I know it's offensive. Oh well. But she calls him push down. And so she's with her little push down. And he looks much older in person than he did on FaceTime, although he's still attractive. Like I say, they seem to have great chemistry together. So they make a cute little couple. I hope it really works out for her and for Gizelle and Kevin. The one thing that kept putting me off of that whole conversation on is that Gizelle kept talking about herself in third person. Like, when do you think that you should take Gizelle's clothes off? I'm like, why is she talking about herself in third person as if she ain't third? I can't stand when people do that. That's fucking annoying to me. That's so egocentric. It's just, stop it, Gizelle. I like Gizelle, and right now you getting like, come on, bird. I want to call you a bird at this point. So Robin is stopping by over Karen's house. She said this is the first time she's ever been invited to Karen's house by herself. They've never spent time alone together. But Karen, when she came to the door, Karen told her, she said, I have something in the works, and I think it's best that we talk about it over playing pool. So that's why I'm inviting you over. We need to get our friends together. And so they playing pool, and she kind of saying, like, look, she tired of the Charisse and Gizelle mess. They need to hash things out. They need to forgive each other. They probably not going to forget. I wouldn't forget. But come on, let's move on like grown-ass women do. Let's move on. And Robin went on a whole other thing like, you know, well, Charisse's disrespect is right here. But Gizelle's is up there. And, yeah, if that had been me, she'd see me at her front door. And I'm like, okay, cool. but not so much. Because, like, I heard you. But when you talk about Gizelle's disrespect compared to Charisse's disrespect, you're still not acknowledging really that Charisse is being disrespectful as well, no matter the level. I mean, you can't really put a cap on somebody's level of pettiness once they've been pissed off. She's still being disrespected. But you're not addressing that. You're only addressing one side of things. So to me, it's already seeming like Robin has already picked her side. And Karen picked up on that. She's like, I am really shocked to hear Robin talk about Gizelle in this way. You know, that I thought they were road dogs. They was like the blonde bombshells together. I know that Robin said earlier that she met Gizelle through Charisse. But still, you all through this season so far, you keep saying how you didn't want to be in the middle and you didn't know what to do. But you've clearly picked a side. Clearly. Because you don't want to call Charisse out on what the fuck she's saying too. Okay. Matter of fact, I think you said last episode that you don't even see where Charisse was wrong. I don't know how you don't see that shit. But okay. So then we go on to Ashley and Mike. And Ashley's making her some smoothies or whatever. And it's their anniversary. I guess people celebrate in different ways because they didn't even seem like it was celebratory to me. Matter of fact, Ashley couldn't remember what the date of the damn anniversary was. He said, is our anniversary in May or is it in July? I know those Y's kind of throw you off, so which one is it? And she was like, it's July 17th. But then later in that same breath said it was July 15th. She said, well, maybe by the 15th we had some babies in the bud, but it's the 17th. She's like, I don't know how I forgot my own anniversary date. So I ain't even sure what date it is. I guess it's the right date since Michael said he's celebrating too. But they didn't seem too happy. It didn't seem like this is our anniversary. Like, we already been married 2 years and y'all already like, yeah, that ain't gonna, I don't think that this relationship ain't gonna last. I can't see it lasting. He's more of a father figure to her in my eyes that she's screwing, which is gross to me. But she's dead set on having these babies. And, you know, Ashley's only like 27, 28. So she wants children. And Michael's like 55. Well, Michael's about that business. He's like, we made an arrangement that we were not going to think about children until we broke even. By the time I break even, Michael, you're going to be 60-something years old. Okay. But I do understand his mindset as far as the financial responsibility of trying to run a new business and then having children as well. It's going to be hard. And at the same time, right now, Ashley is the one that's running this restaurant. I don't understand why Ashley doesn't have the creative freedom to do what she wants to do with the restaurant when he ain't doing shit with it. It's his baby. The whole concept is his idea, whole Australian cuisine. Ashley is the one that's in the business day in, day out. She can see what is not going accurately, what is not bringing them profit. She's the one that's seeing it in motion. So why can't she make any type of creative changes to better the restaurant? Now, I let's say at the same time, I do understand Michael's thought process as far as like, you steady spending money, but we're not making any. But he's not getting it, the fact that you're not making any because people don't like the product. When the product is not selling, it's time to come up with something new. You need to switch up some things, add some different flair. And Michael is just not feeling it. So, but he's making it seem like Ashley is the reason that it's a failure. No, it's your stubbornness that's keeping this restaurant from growing. So Monique is trying to get to know the girls, and she invites at least Charisse and Robin to a workout class. And during the workout session, Robin invites her to the tea that Karen wants to have for them so they could kind of like settle their differences between Charisse and Gizelle, which I thought was foul. And the reason why I think it's foul is because Karen clearly stated the purpose of this tea is to settle some personal business. So why would you bring this new unknown face who has nothing to do with that personal business into the situation? That's disrespectful to Karen, first of all, because she's planning this for a specific reason. But she did, and she was going, and Charisse was like, she didn't even know if she wanted to go, but, you know, whatever. So at the T, Karen and Robin come in first. This is a big elite building. It's supposed to be across the street from the White House. It's for those high sedity, up-to-do people. Most times not black. But I guess black people with a lot of money, we welcome. It's just, it seems like just a uppity place that I probably I wouldn't feel comfortable in. I don't know why. It's just not my setting. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all. So, yeah, everybody comes in and they get settled in. I think Monique shows up next. And then Gizelle comes in. Gizelle comes in being mad, inquisitive of Monique. She's like nosy as a motherfucker. And when she asks her questions, the same way she did Ashley when she met Ashley, she was real standoffish in her approach. Everything was like a dig, a question with a dig. Like she got a spoon saying, let me shove your shit out and see see if you really stink type of situation. And Monique was picking up on that real quick. And she said, she was looking for a house in Potomac. And so Gizelle was like, so you ain't got no house? You ain't got no home? She's like, no, honey, I got 4 homes. We're about to sell the one in Vienna. I think that's what she told Robin and them before, so they could move into Potomac. And she had mentioned to her, why don't she buy Karen's house? So I wonder why she didn't bring it up at this particular time that to Karen. Like I had suggested to her that she looks at your house. So I don't know. That was kind of odd. So but yeah, Gizelle comes in being hella inquisitive towards Monique, and like Gizelle is threatened by other people's beauty, especially if they're pretty, and she has some type of insecurity, and I don't think it's because of her looks. I think it's because of her friendship. Gizelle has to be that friend, you know what I'm saying? She has to be that friend. And so to see a new face coming in, and then your homegirl, your buddy is the one that invited her, she looking like. So I think it's more so that she's threatened by the friendships this girl is able to create, the bonds that she may make, because she wants to be that friend. Okay, what's her name? Charisse came in, and I don't even remember what the hell was going on, but she says, how did Gizelle even get up in here? This is like a really elite spot. And this is for the first ladies. But Gizelle is a Monica Lewinsky. Now, tell me again how Charisse ain't calling her a hoe. Y'all all know that Monica sucked the president's dick. And you calling Gizelle a Monica Lewinsky as if she messing around with married men. That's what that suggests to me. That's a hoe. That's a thought of that hoe over there. That's what that is to me. And you saying that you ain't calling her one. What the fuck ever. Okay. So Gizelle actually apologizes to her. She comes off the top. Don't nobody make her apologize. Gizelle didn't even know the purpose of this whole get together. And she says, you know what? I'm tired of us being this way. I want us to start over again, start fresh, start building our bond again. I apologize for what I said to you. I am wrong. And she's giving this apology, and Charisse is like, well, what you said did this, and what you said did that. And I'm like, bitch, she already apologized. What the fuck more you want to keep? Why do you want to keep hashing this shit out? But Gizelle took the high road. She was like, okay, I understand. She didn't try to go back and forth with her. She was like, but I apologize. Let's move forward, okay? She said I was hurt as well, and I lashed out because I was hurt. And Charisse still did not give apology to Gizelle. She said, well, I apologize for calling you a hoe if that's what you think I did. Bitch, that's what you did. You called her a motherfucking hoe on more than one occasion. Just because you didn't say the word hoe does not mean you did not call her a hoe. I think I tried to make myself clear about that last week. Charisse basically told her, you know what, look, we probably can move forward, but I'm still bitter right now. So you're going to have to wait on that friendship rebonding thing. And Gizelle was like, cool, I understand that. You need your time? I'm going to give you some time. So the next we move on to Karen. Karen just busted Robin out, and I am glad she did. She said, okay, now, since we're going to sit here and try to, like, hash water on the bridge, Robin, you need to check your shit. You need to figure out where the fuck your loyalty at. Because I thought you was cool with Gizelle more so than Charisse. But every time that we're around each other, every time you speak on this matter, you always one-sided. You always talk about how wrong Gizelle is without addressing how wrong Charisse is. And Robert's like, what you talking about? You invite me to your house and now you're going to come at me with this type of stuff? Yes, bitch, you need to be addressed. And I like the fact, like I said again, that Gizelle took the high road on that one. She was like, oh, like, I know these bitches be talking about me, but damn, I didn't think Robin, my homegirl, would be talking about me too. But this is a conversation to have for another time. This is a conversation we're going to have in private. I respect Gizelle for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's I see Gizelle as like when somebody is publicly like shaming her, that's when she comes for you publicly as well. But all through last season, from what I've seen, if she got a problem with you, Gizelle has no problem come talking to you one-on-one. You may not agree once the conversation is over, but she still has no problem talking to you. She's not one of the type of people that's going to be like, just go talk about you behind your back to other people all the time without saying it to you as well. So I respect her for that. That's why I say I still like Gizelle. I don't like Charisse. I don't. She's phony as fuck to me. Robin, like I said, she don't know how to pick side. It's just amazing to me though, through this whole thing, Ashley has been sitting here through the entire episode with this shocked look on her face like, ooh, what? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Like even when Charisse was earlier when they had their little dinner together at the restaurant and Charisse was telling her about the divorce with Eddie, Ashley's face was like, let me get this right. That type of look, she's like all in it. And this particular time, when Gizelle offered that apology, she was like, wait a minute, did I just hear Gizelle Bryant apologize? Ashley's face was priceless through this whole episode. Alright, y'all, that's the end of this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. All tea, all shade. Come on, Bravo. Come up with some new damn titles. Alright, see y'all for, oh God, Wednesday's reviews. If you only enter the reviews, you have Rebel, which comes on tomorrow. Have Shots Fired, Underground, and Greenleaf for the next 4 reviews that are coming up. Tuesday, Traveling Talk Tuesday. Wednesday, Weight Loss Weigh-In. And somebody suggested to me to do the Game of Thrones reviews. I love that show. So I'm thinking about doing it. It starts July 16th. I don't know. I wanted to take the summer off from doing reviews. It's hard to keep up with this stuff. But it may be the only review that I have for the summer. So I may be able to do it. But I know I'm supposed to be on a cruise doing that first episode. So I don't know how that's going to work. But that's it, y'all. All right. Peace.